Sir, you're awake. Sir, can you speak?
Where am I?
Sir, just calm down, okay? You're in safe hands. You're in the hospital.
Hospital?
Mm-hmm.
What am I doing?
Well, sir, you see, you had an accident, so you were rushed down here. But no need to worry because we'll take good care of you. Sir, can you remember your name?
Maxwell.
Maxwell. Okay.
Maxwell Ekwenze. How long have I been here?
Sir, just calm down. You don't need to bother about that, okay? However, you've not been here for too long, but we'll take good care of you. Okay? Please, nurse, make sure you keep an eye on him. Yeah.
My wife.
Your wife?
My wife.
Please, just calm down. Nurse, please go get me that shot. Quickly! Calm down, sir. You'll be fine, okay?
Where is my wife?
Calm down. Just calm down. Nurse, quickly! Hurry! Get me that shot!
Where is my wife?
Sir, just calm down.
Mr. Maxwell, I'm glad you have woken up. My name is Detective Steve. I'm in charge of your case. There was no eyewitness when the accident happened. It took a while before sympathizers arrived at the scene. It is our belief that your wife must have drowned in the river because her body is yet to be found.
That cannot be true. It just cannot be true, my wife. My wife cannot be dead. I believe she survived the accident. I believe she's alive. Did you search the river?
Yes, our rescue team combed the river and the riverbank. Body is yet to be found. Please accept my sympathy.
She's alive. She's alive. My wife cannot die.
We found this at the scene of the accident. I think it might be of interest to you.
It's okay, Mr. Maxwell. Please, don't be hard on yourself, okay? Everything will be just fine. Please, take it easy. You'll be fine, please.
Hey! What is the meaning of this? Huh? Is this a ghost or what? Oriako! 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 Hey! No! No! Man, go from here. Man. to her. Oriaku! Oriaku! Where are you? Oriaku! Where are you? Come, let's take her home. What's this woman? I can't do this alone. Oriaku! Hey! What is the meaning of this? What was I doing this thing? Oriaku! Come on, help me! Let's take her home!
Well, she has been responding very well to the treatment.
Thank God.
Oh, there is a little bit challenge here.
What is it, doctor?
She seems not to be understanding anything.
Hey!
Not even her name, nor even remember what happened.
Hey, what do you call this? Doctor?
Oh, a scan revealed she has a head injury.
Doctor. This one doesn't sound good at all. How do I reconcile this? Doctor, please, how bad is the head injury?
Very bad. Very bad.
Hey,
But,
and how do I reconcile her to her family?
oh. You know what? About reconciling her with her family, we'll do something about it.
Okay.
We will try our best.
It's okay, doctor. Just help me to revive her totally. Revive her totally, please. Then we can now talk about reconciling her to her family later.
It's okay. Don't worry. We'll do our best.
Hey.
We'll do our best. So tell me, have you been able to remember anything so far?
I don't remember anything. But...
Okay, but what?
Images of the accident is what I keep saying.
It's okay. Oh, come on, stop crying. Don't worry about the image of the accident, okay? With time, it will just fade away. Don't worry about anything. You'll be fine, huh? Come on. Smile, stop crying, okay? Stop crying, you'll be fine. Alright, I will see you later. Alright.
So, you know what give me this Abi? I said no give me this thing, they do only 4 times, you don't give me for night. You don't come here, they do chicken for me, Abi. Ordinary 4 times, you don't give me. Just opposite the wall, yeah.
I know that thing again. We will not do 4 times yesterday night. If you want to do this one again, you go add money.
See, I always say make I add money for her. I said, me now, where carry you come here, I go add money.
You go add money.
What happened to you? Did you fight with any of your colleagues?
Then what happened? Because you look so terrible.
A customer beat me up at this house.
What did you do this time?
This time I did nothing bad. He agreed to pay me 3,000 naira to spend time with him till 9 p.m. But when we got to his house, he wanted me to spend the entire night with him. I told him his money is 7,000 naira and he agreed.
And in the morning, he refused paying you the money and you fought him, right?
No, that's not what happened. In the morning, he wanted to go a few more times with me. But when I reminded him the money he's supposed to pay me, he beat me up.
It's okay. I'm sorry, okay? I'm sorry for judging you so fast.
That's not all that happened. He raped me. He raped me repeatedly after beating me up and took all the money I had with me.
It's okay. It's okay. Come. Oh, it's okay.
I have nowhere to go to.
Why?
So I decided to come here.
It's okay. I'm so sorry. Stop crying. Even this mommy water here you're wearing is enough for somebody to beat you and rape you. Eh?
He raped me.
You can't stop it. Stop saying it.
Baby. Darling. How do I look?
My husband looks lovely as usual. Come here.
And I'm ready for school.
Whoa, big boy. You ready?
Yes.
Good morning. Okay, good morning. How are you?
Fine.
Okay, before you go give mommy a hug.
You're not ready for school yet. Give me a break. Tell me you love me.
I love you.
Alright, so you wait for me in the car now.
Okay, Dad, I'm going to bring the car.
Okay. You have a nice day. I love you.
I love you.
I don't have the strength to do this, please. Oh, what do you want me to sing now? Eh? I will eat my own noodles.
Is he your dad?
Do you know that daddy doesn't know that that is state and capital.
Honey, you mean you can't recite 36 states and capital?
And you believe that?
Of course, she's my daughter. Why would I believe her?
Okay. Now let's make a deal. If I should get that, you're going to get me a wonderful gift.
Yes.
If I didn't get it, I'll get you... okay, let's say a new hair.
Of course, I need to change this.
Okay. I go now.
No, wait. If you fail, you will buy me a new hair. Is that a deal?
Deal.
Okay.
I go now. 30 states and
No,
capital.
that is 36.
Oh, my daughter is 36.
Give me 5 bucks, my girl!
Yes, 36 states and capital.
Exactly.
I go. Abia, Umahia, Akwa Ibom, Uyo, Adamawa, Kebi.
Daddy, you failed!
What is wrong with this man? This is not what I ordered for. Hello? Yes, hello Mr. Shan. I ordered 500 sets of designer's bag. Yes! But what you shipped to me is 380. I don't get. Okay? Yes! That is what I've been trying to communicate to you. Okay? Okay, thank you. I'm glad you could do something about it. One is going to just delay my customer's order. Hello? Janet? Yes, good afternoon. I just spoke with Mr. Shan. He's very sorry over the mix-up. Okay. So, you can go ahead and tell our customers that the order will be ready by, let's say, end of the week. By next week, yes. Okay. My dear, my trip to Dubai was so stressful. I'm still resting at home. Okay, see, maybe because of you, I'll go to the shop tomorrow, okay? And if the person that ordered for it is not ready to pay, then I will sell it to you. You're happy now, right? Okay. Hello? I have to go now.
Mom, guess what?
What is it?
Mom, just guess.
I don't know. What is it?
Mom, guess now.
I don't know. What is it?
Mom, I scored 10 over 10 in my masters.
Whoa, that is answer. Give me 5. Good boy.
Mom, you also remember I'm the best in my school.
Of course, I've not forgotten. Come here. Mwah. Now guess what?
What?
Guess!
Mommy, what now?
I said guess.
Mommy, tell me now.
I made you something special.
Mommy, what do you make?
Chicken noodle. Yay! I know you like it, see you. Okay, so come change your uniform, then you have your lunch.
Okay,
let's go. Okay, this is -2 plus 0 plus 4 is equals to what?
It will be -6.
What? This is -2 and this is +4.
That is back!
Hey, big boy!
Welcome back, baby.
Thank you. How are you? I missed you.
What is going on there? Baby, come here.
Hey.
What were you telling me? Oh, surprise!
Don't open your eyes. Make sure you don't open your eyes.
Okay, okay.
Alright.
Okay.
Okay, big boy. Make sure mommy does not open her eyes. Okay?
Okay.
Watch it.
Jordan.
Hope you're not opening your eyes.
Jordan, is Daddy there?
No, Dad is coming.
You sure?
Baby! Nice.
I'm glad you like it. I made this to show you how much I love you. You've been such a blessing in my life.
Oh, I'm so happy for you.
This is love, special love. This is love, peaceful house. This is love, special love. If I will be for my years, you know, you're my darling, you're my sweet. I will do anything for you. You are my darling, you're my sweetheart. I will do anything for you. And that's my lover. Don't shake your heart. When I get bigger, I will love you forever. And that's my lover. Don't shake your heart. When I get bigger, I will.
How is my baby today?
This is love. Special love.
You stood me up for hours. Why?
This is love. Peaceful.
You know what? I missed my baby all day.
I missed you more.
I know.
My mom was here today, right?
Yes. She came to pick Chelsea up to spend a few days with her.
Okay.
Yeah.
My love, don't shake your heart. When I get
baby, you're the boss.
Love you forever. That's my love.
Baby!
Don't shake your heart. When I
What do you have in the box? Baby, what do you
Don't shake your heart.
Oh yeah? You're running, right?
Forget the past.
No. Just relax first. Before I show you whatever that is in this box, I want you to turn around and close your eyes.
But baby, I mean, why all the suspense? Let me see what's in the box.
Because I want to show it to you like a surprise. Do what I ask you to do.
I give up.
Just turn around and close your eyes. Don't open it till I ask you to.
You have to be fast, else I will turn around.
Don't worry, I'll be fast about that. Hold on, don't open your eyes. Just hold on. Just hold on. Stop listening. Close your ears too. Close them. Now, ready to turn. 1, 2, ready? Open your eyes. Turn. You like it?
I love it.
Wow. Now let's see the other ones. Come on. Let's do it. Let me see these your size. I hope you like them. Okay. Good. You like it? Wow. We're now on the same night. You like them, right?
I love them!
Now I want you to put on that dress.
Okay.
And let me see how it looks on you.
Just the best, trust me.
I'm getting shy here.
Yeah, right.
Wow. 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 You look beautiful. You look beautiful. Woo!
I love my baby!
I'm going to take you on this night. Okay. To make you happy.
Oh.
Baby, come on, let's go!
I'm here.
Wow.
How do I look?
You look gorgeous. You look good.
Thank you. What's your view?
This is love, special love. This is love, peaceful house. This is love, special love. If I believe there's no more. You're my darling, you're my sweetheart. I will do anything for you. You are my darling, you're my sweetheart. I will do anything for you. Don't doubt my love, don't shake your heart. When I get big, I will love you forever. Don't doubt my love, don't shake your heart. When I get big, I will love you forever. Don't doubt my love, don't shake your heart. When I get big, I will love you forever. Forget me.
What is that?
How long did it take you to plan all this?
Just 1 week. Come on, sit down.
This must have cost you a fortune.
There is no cost. Too much for the wife of my youth. My beautiful wife.
You've never changed a bit in all these years. You always have something smart to say, don't you?
Maybe.
You haven't changed a bit. In all these years, you always have something smart to say, don't you?
Something like that.
Wow. And the surprise never ends. My best wine! Oh, baby!
Come on, let's open it. You like the atmosphere? Okay. Come on.
Baby, all this is too much for me. I wasn't expecting a night like this. You always swoop me off my feet. And I love you.
You know, my mom lent a little helping hand in planning all this. Yeah, that was why she came to pick up Chelsea.
Really? Oh.
You love me just too much.
You know what? The way you love me.
What is it? Baby, what is it? Come on. Come on. What is it? Sit.
I had a vision that a guy was implodes into a river.
What is it? It's okay. Just calm down. Calm down, okay? Okay, let me take you home.
Baby, I can't stop looking at this painting. I love it. It's almost unbelievable.
I'm so glad you like it. Yeah. Actually, I met the painter on Facebook and I contracted him to do that for you.
You've loved me so much that I can't recognize myself anymore. I'll gladly lay down my life for you any day you need it. What would I have done without you?
I'll be honest with you, I should be the one to say these words. What would I have done without you? You came into my life and you brought so much joy into it. You turned my life around. Before now I was in a mess. And after my wife died, I lost it. I just couldn't put myself together. I used to visit the river where it all happened and spend hours just thinking of what my life would become. Baby, if you can hear my voice, just know that I'm missing you so much. I've tried to live without you, but it is hard. It's so hard for someone to try to live without breath. I've tried to find love in others, but everyone reminds me of you. Your smile, your touch. I'm dying without you, Esther. This is all they brought to me when I woke up in the hospital. Why did it have to be this? It's our bond, a symbol of our love. I will carry it till the day I see you again, whether in this life or in death. I love you, Esther.
I'm very sorry you went through all that.
Those years were really hard years. Very hard. But then you came into my life and you just turned everything around. I believe God sent you to save me.
That's my lover. Don't shake your heart, yeah. Mona get bigger, I will love you forever.
Baby, come on. Come off it, please. Come on, have this.
Thanks a lot, babe.
Thank you, my love.
I'm sorry. I don't know what's wrong with my mind. I don't know where all those strange visions are coming from. And the worst part of it is that I can't even remember any of them. Baby, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
It's okay. It's okay. See, we're in this together and we will overcome it together. Okay? Just go on and take your tea. It contains truth that will help you calm your nerves. Okay? By tomorrow we'll go and see the psychiatrist. Go on, take it.
I don't remember any of the visions I see in my past. But yet they are so real. As if it happened at some point in time in my life.
Well, the vision you describe is so powerful. I mean, it comes with so much clarity. I am minded to believe that it has to do with an event that occurred sometimes in the past. They are not night visions. Yes, you see them while you're wide awake and it comes with so much pains in your head.
Yes. But I can assure you that none of those visions that I see has ever occurred in my life. I know them myself.
Yes, doctor. As far as I know, my wife has not been through any of the visions she sees. I've known her for a long time. We are married for years now. Frankly speaking, I don't know where these things are.
Like I said, these visions has to do with our personal experience, which have been subdued long time ago. But at this point in time, it has been triggered somehow.
Doctor, this is so hard to believe. I think I'll have to talk to my parents to see if they have anything to say about this.
Yes. Do it, and it will help you. Well, we're going to run a scan on you to know if there's any injury in your head in time past, okay?
Okay.
But what you have to know is that in time to come, there are certain visions that will begin to come out in form of an image that you've not seen now.
So definitely the both of you must be ready.
Excuse me, doctor. Have you experienced such cases before?
Yes, we've had cases of people who begin to recall events that have happened in time past that they've completely forgotten in their mind. Well, it usually happens when there is an injury in their head and then the brain begins to recall, and by so doing it picks up every event that might have happened in time past. Yeah. In this situation, you actually can be triggered by something. But in your wife's case, I think the trigger has to do with the swimming pool at the lounge. Yeah.
Swimming pool? What's happening? It's breakfast already. I'm late for work.
I'm glad you are late for work. You wouldn't let me sleep last night.
What's your problem? Don't let Jordan hear you.
Daddy! Mommy! Mommy, where's my breakfast and I'm late for school?
Sorry. Breakfast is here. Okay.
The fried egg.
Oh, baby. Sorry I could not fry egg for you this morning. See, I promise to fry some for you when you get back from school, okay? You see, we all work up late.
Mommy, you and Daddy stay too long in the bedroom, and that is why I'm going to school late. And imagine, there's no fried egg in my breakfast.
You post it.
Okay, big boy. We're planning to bring back the domestic staff.
No! Why don't you want her back?
Because she's a witch.
Jordan!
Of course she's not a witch. Look at it this way, Mom is going to get very busy soon, okay? And you know how busy I can get. So without the domestic staff, it's going to be very difficult to run things around here. And of course, with the domestic staff, you'll always get fried egg.
Yes.
Daddy, please don't.
Jordan, I can't do all the work in the house alone. Besides, I'm traveling in a few days to meet up with some of my customers. So when I'm gone, who is going to take care of you and Daddy? Huh?
Alright, it's okay. We'll talk about that later. Okay? Eat your food. You're running late.
Help with this.
Now, look at this. It's most likely the result of your injury colliding with an object forcefully. Look at this. This is the cloth consisting of the injury you sustained in your head. From my assessments, I think it's an old injury.
I know I have an injury, but I don't know when it happened. I actually took it as a scar or an injury I had when I was a child.
Well, we don't expect you to. You see, with the size of the image here, I am not surprised that you cannot remember when this injury occurred. But I must tell you the truth, it was really a miracle for you to have survived. Yes. What you see here is the blood that is running through your brain. In time past, your injury is gradually getting okay.
So, Doc, what you're saying now is that my wife has memories of events which she lost as a result of the accident. Coming back to her now, at the moment, accounts of the injury in her head haven't healed very much now.
Exactly! The images she has been seeing, it's actually the accident itself.
Babe, think your parents can help us make sense of this. Can they?
Of course they should. But so far, I don't remember anybody telling me I had an accident at any time in my life.
I've been trying to get that document. I don't know what happened. I can't seem to find it. Yes, the last time I know I saw it in my office, but I don't know. Okay, just help me look for it. Maybe I left it in your office. I'll just check. Alright, thank you. I saw this document here. We promised to love each other forever. But somehow that accident happened. I don't know how you met your end in that river, but I still shudder thinking about it. I still love you.
Hi babe. Babe, mom called and she said she wants to bring Chelsea back, but I told her to allow her to spend some time with her. You know, in this recent situation, I don't think we can handle her.
Okay, just calm down, okay? We're in this together. We'll make a plan to go see your parents, okay?
Hello, excuse me. Sorry, I didn't mean to bother you anyway, but I think we have met somewhere.
I don't think we've met before. You might be mistaking me for someone else.
No, I'm very much certain about this one. Very much certain. I think I've seen you before.
Really?
Yes.
Where might that be?
That's what I'm trying to place, but I am thinking, yes, Coconut Hotel. Golden City. Yes, that's right. Hello, excuse me. Listen, there's nothing to be ashamed about, okay? It's just life. That is how life is. Besides, I paid you for this apartment. I'm as guilty as you are right now. Come on, let's just get over it. It's gone now.
Listen, gentlemen. If you were thinking you would sit down and I will give you a blowjob, you are dead wrong. I am no longer a sex hawker. I've left that life long ago. And I think you should do the same.
Yeah, I understand, but what I'm trying to say is this. Come on, listen.
I don't know the girl. No, I actually did. She was the one I was thinking. Are you serious? Yes, she was. So let me know. And you know, when I first saw her, I was like, and then I found that she was one of those that stays in Coconut Hotel there. I changed your way, man. You know, I was thinking we'll have some fun here, but let's just follow her up. Okay. Let's try follow her up. Maybe she must have driven this way. There's no way she was that fast to reach that junction. That was what I'm suggesting in this place. Talking about the speed she was speeding. Let's just go this way. I think she went this way.
My God, that was too close. What was that guy thinking? To continue from where we stopped years ago? God, what is happening? My past is far behind me.
It's been years I came here last, and I feel guilty for that. And it's because I've been afraid of losing my mind. Sweetheart, I brought you this. I'm not sure you'll like the sound of this, Esther, but I want to make peace with the past and move on. I have a wife now. A wife who loves me a lot, and a child who looks up to me. I have to be the best I can be for them. I've carried these rings for so many years. I feel it's time to get rid of them, Esther. Look, I can't carry our wedding rings in my pockets, and you in my heart, and still love my wife right. I hate to say this, I will not be coming here again in a long while. I do not know why the thoughts of you have chosen to invade my mind at this time. Hello, Papa. Yeah, Papa.
Amanda is very sick. She's seeing some strange vision. Yes, Papa. I have done that. The doctor believes that whatever Amanda is saying is an event of the past. And Papa, please, we are coming to see you. I believe you can help us sort out this issue. Okay, Papa. Baby. Did you see it again?
Yes. I can see in his face. Each time I close my eyes, I can describe him now.
It's okay. Just calm down. Just calm down, okay? Calm down. Take it easy. Calm down. Okay? Now, talk to me. Come on.
Who is he?
Okay?
Who is he to me? Why do I keep seeing his face? He was in that car. He was in that car that crashed.
Okay.
That car that crashed. It's me.
Just calm down and talk to me. So what happened?
What? I can't remember anything. Baby, I can't remember anything.
Maybe I've spoken to your father. We'll be leaving tomorrow morning to see him. I believe your parents will help us to solve these riddles.
Why are all these happening now? Maybe she's now remembering the past. Her memory seems to be coming back gradually. This is dangerous.
My husband, let's tell her the truth now. In the past, there was a good reason to keeping the truth away from her. But now that she has started remembering her past, we owe her the truth, my husband. Please, let's tell her the truth.
How will she see us after telling her the truth? That is the question. We have played her parents for too long a time. And to turn back and now tell her that we're no longer her parents, how will she see it? Too many lies have been told to give the impression that we are her actual parents.
Everything we did, my husband, we did for a good reason. She lost her memory in that accident. And we couldn't abandon her in the hands of those public health officers in her condition. Please, I beg you, let's tell her the truth, I beg you, please. Please, my husband.
I am sorry, woman. I cannot do that. At least, not for now.
Please.
No amount of blame will make me change my mind, because I know it is for our own good.
Why am I thinking about you so much lately? What is your spirit trying to tell me? You're welcome.
Thank you, baby. Have you brought her something to eat?
No, there was no one to cook it. And we are away. I'm hungry.
Now you see why we need a domestic assistant. Tomorrow she resume work.
Daddy, why is you acting grumpy?
There's nothing to worry about. I don't think she's acting grumpy. She's just... Maybe she had a bad day. Well, I'll talk to her.
Dear God, ever merciful, I need your help right now. I don't want to lose this family. I don't want to lose my loving husband and my child. I have renounced and forsaken my past. Life pushed me to it when I thought I had no other option. Merciful. Yes.
Baby, what's wrong? Even Jordan noticed you were acting grumpy. Now give me.
He did? Nothing serious. Just that I said some things today which reminded me how lucky I am to have you and our son. And all the things God has blessed us with. It's too much.
Sure?
Yes, I am. Come here.
Baby, where are you? Come on.
I'll give you right away.
Baby, I'm not going insane, am I?
No. You're not insane. Just like the doctor said, your mind is recalling some memories you lost through some accidents.
Do you still love me?
Yes, I love you. I love you very much. I'm more drawn to you even in this situation. So do not allow the Satan to talk to you. Okay?
Thank you, babe. Thank you for loving me, even in this situation. Love is the only strength I need at the moment. Thank you.
I love you, babe.
Let me guess. You saw another vision, right?
Yes. This time there was a man with me in the house. He tried to kiss me.
Okay, calm down. Calm down. Can you recall the face?
Yes.
Can you?
Yes.
have the artist sketch the face for us.
It's like a dream, but the picture is clear. It comes like vision, so real.
She has been calling. Hello? My dear, I'm sorry I wasn't able to take your calls. I was upstairs, I wasn't with my phone. Yes. So, how was the meeting today? Really? Ha! So, she's not the new share lady? Wow! I'm very happy for her. I'm very happy for her. Okay. So which channel did you say the news is on? Okay, okay. Thank you very much. Bye. Sweetheart, I saw this in the living room. I thought you had them locked away. Are you beginning to see yourself with her again?
I'm really very sorry. Believe me, I didn't mean to hurt you with that, just that I don't know, I came across it in the office.
I personally cleared your office of our pictures. How did this one manage to find its way back to your office?
I don't know, I stumbled on it.
Baby, are you okay?
Her presence has become quite strong around me lately.
You visited the river yesterday, did you not?
Yes, I did. I went there to appeal to her spirit to let me live my life.
You shouldn't have gone there. For your own good, we agreed on this long ago.
I spoke harsh words to her yesterday. I told her that I would never visit the river again. I tried to throw the rings away, but I just couldn't.
Jesus! You still have those rings?
You have nothing to worry about. I'll put the rings away to never bother you again, okay?
Why are you doing this to me? Why?
I understand the way you feel, but she's dead. Alright, she is dead. You have absolutely nothing to worry about.
But her body was never found. Do you have any idea of what it feels like to live with a loved one, knowing fully well you love someone else?
I know. I understand. Like I said, I understand the way you feel, but you have nothing to worry about. I mean, even if she comes back right now, things will never be the same for us. You're the one I love now. You came into my life at the time I was shattered, and you put my life in place again. I will never leave you, I promise.
The picture is clear. It comes like vision, so real. Am I a visionist? I want to know, but who am I? Who am I? Somebody wake me up from this sleep. I'm getting confused, complete lost with my thinking.
Madam, this is the impression we're able to create based on the description you gave.
That face. This is the place. This is the place I see in the car with me.
Really?
Yes.
It's alright. We were able to come up with that based on the description you gave to us. And however, I must have to make you understand that the face there might not really be exactly, or as in look exactly like the one you've been seeing all this while, because you know it's been long. So it may not really be exactly like the one on the paper.
This is good. At least this will go a long way to help us.
It's alright. I'm glad you liked the little thing we did.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Don't fail to call on us any other time you think we can help.
Oh well, I will come.
Alright. I wish you good luck. I must confess, your wife is a very beautiful woman. Thank you, bro.
It's like a dream, but the picture is clear. It comes like vision, so real. Am I a visionist? I want to know, but who am I?
Who is this man? Why can't I remember?
Baby, see, don't swear over it, okay? Your parents will unveil the mystery.
Complete lost confused with my thinking.
I don't mean to be disrespectful, but do you believe what your parents told us back there?
I felt they were hiding something from us. But why should they?
I don't trust anything they told us then. Don't believe them. I'm in so much doubt of what they told us. I don't believe them at all.
They may have lied to us.
Okay, do you remember anything about your past? Or your childhood?
Nothing. Absolutely nothing. I can't remember anything.
What of your teenage years?
Baby, I can't remember anything. And wait, I think I remember my mother once told me that I got this scar on my head by getting involved in a fight. And now, she said I got the scar by falling from a staircase. Baby, they don't add up.
Okay. See, since we don't believe what your parents told us, and we actually believe they are lying to us, I say we investigate the story. I mean, why should they lie to us? If what they are telling us have nothing unpleasant to hide.
Baby, I am scared stiff. I mean, why would they lie to us? Why would my parents lie to me? Baby, please, let's do something. Let's do whatever to find out what they're hiding from us. Please.
Do you think they bought our story? Am I not talking to someone? Why are you being mute? Do you think they bought our story?
I'm afraid I don't think they did. Yes, I'm so afraid I don't think they did. From the look of things, we have to cover more grounds by telling more lies to cover up the one we have told already.
Wait, what are you talking about, lies? Okay. Do you think that they will ever want to look into all we've told them?
My husband, Amanda is suffering. And if this continues, they might want to dig up.
Dig up?
Yes! Did you see the way Joel was looking at us when we were telling our side of the story? It never looked like they believed us.
In that case, I am just left with one option. Call my children and have all grounds covered. Yes. Do you want me to remind you that Amanda is our cash cow? And we can't afford to lose her now. Not especially now. Things stands the way it is. Huh?
Hey, my husband, I am afraid we are making a very big mistake here. I am not comfortable with the path we have chosen here. Let's tell Amanda the truth so that we can win her over to our side forever.
Ah, hold it. Stop! The truth you are talking about, the truth remains with us. And no more.
My husband.
It's not right. It's obvious. Does it mean Maxwell has begun to mix her again? God. No. Not now. Not now. Not now some man from my ugly past has begun to recognize me for some reason. God, this is too much. It's too much. What should I do? Hello, babe. Have you got some spare time, please? I need to talk to someone. Okay. Thank you.
We have here Maxwell. You're looking good. I can say Carol is really doing a good work on you.
Now you're making me blush. You've not changed one bit.
Oh, forgive my manners. What do I offer you?
Never mind.
Are you sure? What is it?
I think I'm starting to slip away again. I've been seeing visions of my late wife too often these days.
Why? Anyway, how is your relationship with Carol? Are you both having any fight lately?
Oh no. We're great. We're great. Carol loves me so much. With all her heart.
Then there is a problem somewhere. Something must have triggered it. How strong are these thoughts?
I would say perversive. Yeah, I think my late wife is trying to reach out to me to tell me something. Maxwell,
you need to have a closure. I've been talking to you on this. I've been telling you this for a long while now. For the fact that there is no grave to show that your late wife is dead still makes you believe she still lives on.
Yes, you're right. I keep having this feeling that she's alive somewhere. In fact, for that I've not been able to get rid of our wedding rings.
What? Your wedding rings? Maxwell, why? Why are you doing this to Carol? Is she aware you still have those rings?
She just found out.
Maxwell, you're trying to bring problem between you and Carol. I hope you know she still feels your wife is still alive. So? Anyway, I don't know why you are here. But if you are here to seek for my professional advice as a professional counsel, then this is my counsel. Go home. Maxwell, go home and pack everything belonging to your ex-wife and bury them, including the rings. Yes, bury everything and move on with your life. It's time to move on. You need a new life, Maxwell. Please.
What's up now? She's supposed to call us. I don't know. She's not. I don't like this time wasting. She'll call her. Call her. Yeah, I think that's what I'll do. I'll just call her. Hello, Mama. Yeah, Mama, good day, ma. Yeah, we've been waiting for you here for 45 minutes now. Yeah, what's happening? Where are you? Okay, so what should we do? Should we be going? Should we leave? Should we be going home? Okay, a job. Okay, what is the nature of the job? Okay, SeaWorld. Okay, ma. SeaWorld. Okay, yeah. We'll meet you there, ma. Alright, thank you. Okay, what's up? Yeah, we should meet her at SeaWorld Hotel, the one along Airport Road.
SeaWorld Hotel, yeah. I know the place now. Are we to leave immediately or should we slow down?
Guy, nothing like slowing down. Money calls. Leave that there and let's get out of here.
You see?
Sorry.
These are the pictures of my parents. My husband and I believe they are hiding some information about my past. We want you to find out what it is and why they are hiding such vital information from us.
Madam, do you have a clue what this information is all about?
From the things my wife recalls through visions and dreams, we think she was involved in an accident which led to loss of memory. She can't remember anything of her past, and there was a man involved in her life before the accident. So we want you to find out who that man is.
Right? This is the face of the man.
Yes. This face. This man was in the same car with me during the accident. I see him a lot in my visions of the accident.
Madam, do you have an idea when this accident occurred?
No, I don't.
It's going to be hard without a date when this accident occurred. Because one can't trace down the particular accident.
Oh wait, the accident involves a river. I mean, it occurred near a river. The car we were in plunged into a river while I was still in it. I mean, this face. This man was thrown out of the car before he plunged into the river.
That's a huge information you just gave to me now.
So, they're resolved, right?
I will tell you what you need to know. And I will give you every information the both of you want. And then I will tell you who this man is.
Thank God.
I better take my leave now. Can I have the file? Okay. I'll get back to you when the information is due. Let's keep our fingers crossed.
Do as I say. Bring your hand down. Bring your hand down. Now step back. Step back. Step.
Baby, I can't wait for all this drama to end.
I can't wait either, honey. I have put you through a lot. I am so sorry.
No. You haven't put me through anything. We're in this together.
Yes, man, he's there, tied up. I'm with him there. So what should we do now, man? Give us further instructions. What should we do? No problem, man. As it pleases you, my lady. It's alright. This man, you are very lucky. You are very lucky. I would have. Anyway, you are the one paying me, so whatever you say.
Be strong, man. She's definitely going to be fine.
Doctor, she has suffered a lot. Yeah. I wish I can just switch places with her.
See, I really understand how you feel. You have to be a man. She'll be fine. Can we talk in my office?
You're my darling, you're my sweetheart. I will do anything for you. You are my darling, you're my sweetheart. I will do anything for you. And that's my lover. Don't shake your heart, yeah. When I get bigger, I will love you forever. And that's my lover. Don't shake your heart, yeah.
I've been sitting here since you just tied me and I feel that nobody is speaking or saying anything to me. Okay, shut up!
But can you just open this thing for me? Let me just see, at least see.
The guy did hear something. The guy is deaf.
I'm the real one. Keep quiet.
Sorry. You want to see your father here?
Please calm down.
You're the phone boss, Abby. Everybody will tell you today. You will know say difference there for street and road.
You're welcome. This is
Hello, Mr. Stone. How are you? My name is Victoria. I am the person who had you kidnapped.
Okay. What do you want from me, Victoria?
I want to know all that you discussed with Amanda and Joel. What do they want you to do for them?
If you must know, I was asked to protect Amanda's parents. Probably because they think someone is after them. And that's it.
Oh, don't you lie to me! I have your bag here. Why do you have a composite portrait of Maxwell's face in your bag? You were not hired to protect the farmer and his wife, were you?
Who is Maxwell? Who is Maxwell?
They don't have a clue yet.
From my final.
Mr. Stone, things will get really bad if you don't tell me the truth. You were hired to find someone and dig information from Amanda's past. Were you not?
Do you want me to loosen your tongue with a very hot slap? Better speak.
Please, calm down. Like I said, I have told you the truth. I don't know what you're talking about right now.
Well, if that is how you want to play, I am game. Bring the mask.
I am not playing anything. I just want you to understand me.
Remove his blindfold.
Thank you.
Look up!
These are your wife and children, are they not?
Yes, they are. Please, keep my family out of this. My family has nothing to do with this.
Well, if you had nothing to do with them, you should tell me the truth. I swear by God, I will cut them to pieces while you watch. What did Amanda and Joel ask you to do about this man?
Well, I was asked to find out about him because Amanda has been seeing him in her visions. Yes.
What about her parents? What did they ask you to do with them?
They were not convinced that Amanda's parents are telling her the truth. So I was deployed to find out what
they were hiding. That's just it, nothing else.
You will do none of that for them. This is what you will do. I will spare your life and that of your family members. If only you obey me, I'll pay you to leave this country for a while.
Why do you want me to do that, madam? I have a better job here.
In here is enough money to take care of you and your family. Take this and leave the country. Do not come back. Amanda has suffered enough. I repeat, she has suffered enough. Do not come back. Do not think of doing otherwise. Else, you will not like to see the other part of me.
But shut up your mouth!
Nurse, when night falls, let the cock go.
The visions your wife had in the past have caused her so much pains on her brain. I mean, the visions, apart from causing her so much pains, it has pondered so much pressure on her brain.
She's going to be fine, right?
Definitely. Your wife is going to be fine from the drugs I administered to her.
Okay.
By the time she wakes up, I think she should be fine. And then those visions will less frequent itself around her. But come to think of it, her parents, were they any luck? Did they tell you anything?
Doc, they claim to know nothing about her vision.
Are you kidding me? Well, they may not know about it. Well, perhaps I only believe that your wife actually had the accident away from home and decided to keep it away from her parents.
That is very unlikely. Well, we are feeling that some bit of information are being hid from me, from us, from my wife deliberately. But we are working so hard to find out those information on our own.
Blessed is the man that walketh not in the counsel of the wicked, nor standeth in the way of sinners, nor sitteth on the seat of the scornful, but his delight is in the word of God, for therein doth he meditate day and night. He shall be like a tree planted by the rivers of water. He shall bring forth his fruits in due seasons, and none of his leaves shall wither. And whatsoever thing he lays his hands shall surely prosper.
Joel said he called you severally and you didn't pick your call. Why are you ignoring him?
Why do you think he called me, if not to start asking me silly questions about Amanda's past? Right? Leaves will not wither.
My husband.
Listen to me.
That was not why he called.
What then was the reason he called?
Amanda is back at the hospital. Yes. She collapsed today. The doctor diagnosed swollen on her head. I don't want that girl to die. Because I don't want her blood to be in her hands.
Shut up! Who told you her blood would be in her hands? Were we the ones that caused her accident?
I know we are not the cause of her accident. But we all had the truth. We have to tell her the truth. Amanda has been a blessing to this family ever since we picked her up by the riverside half dead. She needs us.
Stop it! I know all that. Stop lecturing me, Madam Preacher. It is just that I find it difficult to look at her eyes and tell her that I am not actually her biological father. Can't you get it? Wait, how many lies do you think we have told her all these years?
A lot lies. Certainly we have to come clean, my husband. Let's come clean. See, if you don't tell her the truth, I will.
Oh yes, you will. Huh? Look, woman, bear it, and I will make sure I stop you at all costs. Bear it.
You are a plain evil.
Do I care? I don't care.
Heaven.
Okay, so let us pray. Father, bless this food for us and make it good for us to eat and be blessed in Jesus' name.
Amen.
Amen.
Daddy, your cooking tastes much better than mommy's. What will you be cooking up for me? Dad, did you see that? Mom says she will kill me.
You don't like my cooking?
Oh no. I'm sorry if I gave you that impression. I love your cooking. It's just that
You have a lot on your mind.
Yes, I do.
Alright, let me show you something. Jolly, keep eating. I'll soon be back.
What's in the carton?
Social counselor today, and she advised me to bury these items and put a closure to Esther in my heart.
He lied to me. How long have you been keeping these things? You were hoping she would come back someday. Were you not?
I just couldn't get rid of them. I just couldn't. I couldn't get rid of them. I felt guilty doing that. But like I said, I am ready to move on. I'm sorry I kept these things away from you.
This is good.
Good.
Very good.
This is what Maxwell needs now.
Yeah.
It is time to put an end to Amanda's misery.
She has seen a lot.
Yeah. Where is Stone now?
Stone is in Liberia, in Freetown. My contact is on his trail, watching every move he makes. He coughs. I know about it.
Good. He is far from us now.
Very far. Very, very far.
Yeah. It's alright. This calls for a celebration.
Now you're talking my language.
Yeah. Let's go.
My examination shows that her inflammation is increasing.
This is not good for her. The injection we are meant to shrink the inflammation.
I'm afraid she's still having the visions of her past. And that is really pumping so much pains on her brain. It's affecting her inflammation.
Let's wake her up. I think that might help. What do you think?
No. I actually administered some drugs to her. Let's see the effects. We'll wait and see the effect of the drugs. Meanwhile, her husband must definitely be on the known.
Okay, if you say so.
Yeah, that reminds me. What about the patient in your hospital, the one that had a surgery?
Oh, we thank God for that young man. You see, we try our best, but we are still watching. We are still watching him.
You better do.
Yeah.
If I leave here now, I'll be going back home, freshen up.
Okay.
Change it to something else and go back to the hospital.
Okay. Nice one.
Yes. He is fast responding to treatment. Yeah, the drugs that was administered on him, I think it's working faster. So you have nothing whatsoever to worry about. We'll only give him a little bed rest so we can monitor his fast recovery. Yeah. Please come in. Yes. That's actually why we're still having him here. Alright, can I call you back? Oh, that's good, thank you very much. Good morning, Mr. Joe. Good morning, Doc. I hope you went home last night.
Look, you see, I couldn't just leave her behind.
I understand. But don't worry, your wife is going to make it. What I want you to know is that the inflammation in her head is increasing by a few diameters. It's funny to know that she's still having those visions, even in her unconsciousness.
God, please save my wife.
Take it easy on yourself. Your wife is definitely going to be okay.
Benny, you are not new in this house. I'm leaving town for a few days. I need you to take good care of my husband and Jordan. You've done this before, so you know what to do. Good. If you need anything, just call me. You have my number, right? Yeah. Good.
Alright. Don't act like you don't know Auntie Dennis. We've not greeted her.
Don't mind him. Don't worry. He will get used to you very soon, okay?
Okay, Bernice, you know your way around. Make yourself comfortable and make something for me to eat when I get back.
Okay.
Right? Baby, let's go. Let me drop you off. Be a good boy.
Bye-bye to you.
Madam Penis, I don't like your cooking. Leave our house beside my dad is a better cook.
Jordan, I've improved the law since the last time I left here. I promise you, you're going to spend a long time cooking from this night, okay?
I smell nice.
Okay, don't be children. Jordan, let me make something for you.
Baby, I'm glad the ghost of her dead wife is no longer hanging over our marriage. I hope I didn't push her to give her that burial.
You always like to read my mind.
I'm sorry. I just want to be sure whatever you tell me comes from your heart.
Of course it comes from my heart. In fact, I apologize for not doing this a long time ago. You know, I feel like a huge weight has been lifted off my shoulders.
To have my husband come to myself now.
Yes, you do. Okay, you don't have nothing to worry about. You can take that to the bank.
It's going to take me a while to recover from the scare you gave me. I hope you understand when I get paranoid.
I understand perfectly well, but like I said, you have nothing to worry about. My dead wife is not coming back. She's gone.
I know. Just that my head is too messed up. Somehow I still feel she's going to come back someday.
You do?
Chelsea, are you okay? No, that lump of meat, I like it. Put it from this one.
Shut up. Take the bread.
I need to pay for this. My money.
So it's all right. Chelsea, this is your fault. Let me get shut up.
Chelsea, drop your phone and pray. Let's eat.
Dear Heavenly Father, we thank you for giving us what we can eat. We bless your holy name. Dear God, I ask you to heal my mommy and bring her home quickly so she can join us as one happy family. In Jesus' name I pray.
Amen. You get it's a food. Mom, I still can't get Sean on the phone. I don't know what is going on. I'm beginning to think what I'm not supposed to think.
Don't worry. We'll still get him on phone. We'll keep on trying. Don't worry yourself.
Mama, what is that thing in Amanda's past that her parents are not proud of? And why has Stone disappeared since we hired him to help us find out the truth?
Are you doubting Amanda now?
Mama, I don't know what to think again because I don't even know who I married. Yes. Mama, who is this man that she sees? And why must this vision start now? Why can't Amanda recall anything in her age?
Amanda is a good woman. You have nothing to worry about. My heart tells me her parents are the one lying to you. You have to be strong for Amanda and your daughter. You don't have to fall apart now.
You know, in the next 2 days, if I don't see Stone,
I am going to hire another person to help me dictate whatever I want.
Calm down, my son. Instead of you hiring another detective, why can't you pay a visit to the one you already hired? Yes.
Mama?
Yes.
I think you're right.
Yes.
That is what I'm going to do. Mama, thank you very much.
Thank you, my son. You're welcome. Good night, okay? I'll see you tomorrow.
Yeah, thank you.
Baby, I miss you so much. I miss you so much. I'm just wondering when this lonely night of mine will end. I thought I would be fine without you around, but I was so wrong. I'm so lonely. When are you coming back?
Baby, are you kidding me? I mean, did you really say that? My love, I haven't even spent a night away from you. And you're already asking me when I come back. See, you know how important what I went for is. I told you.
Yes, you're right, baby. I know, but the thing is that I miss you. I miss my wife so much. And I didn't know I was going to feel this way. It's been so long since we stayed apart.
This is really getting very interesting. And I would want to ask you, are you really the one speaking? Baby, hearing you speak of how much you miss me makes me feel much better. After the scare my ex-wife gave me.
Baby, stop that. Please stop it. How could you say such a thing? I mean, how could you call my dead wife an ex-wife? Why? Are you trying to say that I've been playing you all this while? Why would you say such a thing?
I'm sorry about that, baby. I didn't mean to insult the memory of your late wife.
Honestly, my love, I didn't expect this to come from you. At least not at this moment. And why the sudden change? You don't trust me anymore. Why?
See, the problem I have is it often makes me feel I'll lose my place as your wife if she ever comes back. Baby, I know how much you loved her. The thought of losing you is capable of making me say things like that. You're the only man I have ever loved. I don't want to lose you.
Baby, you're not going to lose me. Okay? It's not that easy. It's not as if Esther can just rise from the dead and come back into our lives. It's not possible. It's unfortunate, but she's gone. Okay? You and I will live a beautiful life together. We love each other so much, and we have a son. For Christ's sake, we have a son. What else are you talking about? Listen to me, baby. Just, you see that thought about you losing me, just delete it from your mind completely. It's never going to happen. I love you and I love you so much. Alright?
It's okay, baby. It's okay. I'm sorry for doubting your love for me. It's just that I was carried away by the thought you loved her so much. You always wish she was alive.
Look, baby, I think we've had enough, okay? You're doubting my love for you. That's just the truth. And just let me be. I want to sleep.
What love is like this? I wasn't doubting your love the way you were thinking. Fine, it's alright. I'm sorry. Please don't hang up the phone on me. Baby, I'm going to hang up now. Please stay by your phone. Don't go to bed. I think one of my friends is here. She lodged in the same hotel with me. Let me talk to her. I will get back to you. You know I truly love you. I love you. You're my world. Thank you. Hold on, I'm coming.
Esther! 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 Don't die, please. Please don't. Esther, no. No, don't die, no.
I'll talk to you in the morning.
Alright, baby. Good night.
Father, thank you for today. Thank you for the gift of life. Thank you for blessing me. Thank you for forgiving me my iniquities. I'm about to go for my business today. Heavenly Father, guide me. Help me seal my deal with my customers. In the mighty name of Jesus. Amen. Thank you, Jesus. Thank you, Lord. Hope this girl is out.
You're my darling, you're my sweetheart. I will do anything for you. You are my darling, you're my sweetheart. I will do anything for you. And that's my lover. Don't shake your heart, yeah. When I get bigger, I will love you forever. And that's my lover. Don't shake your heart, yeah. When I get bigger, I will love you forever.
It's good we actually didn't wake up yesterday. From the way things are going, I think the inflammation is going down bit by bit. So I will advise you go about your daily business. And as for your wife, she's getting better. Wow. I can assure you she's in safe hands, so you have nothing whatsoever to bother yourself about.
Okay. Doctor, I'm so glad. This is a good news. I can't wait to tell my mother and my daughter. You know, they've been so worried about this whole thing. But breaking this news to them is going to gladden their hearts. Doctor, please do whatever you can to save my wife for me.
Well, as the saying goes, we doctors, we only treat and God heals.
God is great.
And I'll see you around. That'll be my office.
Okay. Hello, Mom. Yeah, the inflammation is going down. She will soon leave the hospital. Please tell Chelsea that Mom will soon be home and she's getting better. Yes, I want to go and check on Stone. I want to find out why his phone can't be reached.
The dream was so real this time. It was so real. Like she was there. You know? And then I killed her. And I was scared. I pushed her. She hit her back against the wall and she just slumped. I think she's trying to tell me something.
No, she is not trying to tell you anything.
No, she is.
No, she's not.
Look, I believe she is. Okay, you told me that once I bury the items, you know, this whole thing will just go away. So why did this happen?
Yes. You had that dream because your mind now accepts that she is dead. Your mind is purging itself of the idea that she's alive.
You think that's the meaning of the dream?
I don't think that is the meaning of the dream. I know that is the meaning of the dream. Okay, wait. Is that not the first time you are ever seeing her dead after the accident?
Yeah.
Fine. You don't have to worry about anything. Okay? Esther is dead and buried. Maxwell, you buried her. So why don't you move on with your life? Tag along with your heart and move on. Please.
I am Miss Ogechi.
I am Joel.
I understand you're here to see Mr. Stone.
Yeah, exactly.
We have a situation currently. Mr. Stone and his family have not been seen in days. Mr. Stone was last seen 3 days ago. Perhaps he ran into some problems while doing his job.
I don't understand. Are you insinuating that Mr. Stone and his family are missing?
You see, in our line of work, we are confronted with a lot of dangers. And there are those who don't want to be investigated.
This is not happening.
Well, it is. We are investigating some corrupt politicians, unfaithful wives and husbands, corrupt CEOs, some missing people who aren't really missing. We don't even know what they are hiding from. So, you see, sometimes it happens.
And what are you doing about his disappearance?
The police have been involved. They are looking for him with all they have at their disposal. I figure you gave him a job, right?
Yes, I gave him a job to help me find someone and actually get some information.
I hope he will be found in one piece to help you find out the person and the information you're looking for.
Wait, you said he was last seen here 3 days ago?
Yes. Why do you ask?
That was the day I gave him that job.
Sir, can I have your number?
Femi.
Yes, madam.
I haven't covered all I want to do for today. Okay? You have my number, right?
Then you.
If my customer is delaying, please just call me. Okay?
No problem, madam.
Okay, good.
Madam, in case you don't come out early, can I just go outside and shisha to shine my eyes?
Don't worry, I won't delay you.
Madam, fine woman. You go born fine pikin. You see your next set of pikin go be ejima. Fine woman. Woman that is fine. Madam, Ọlọ́run máa ṣe fún ẹ. Madam, your next set of pikin go be ejima. Even 1, 2, 3, you go born 5 pikin. Go good one for you. You too fine. Fine woman.
Hello, Mom. Stone and his family are missing. He's calling from the office just confirmed it. I don't understand what is going on. Since the day I and Amanda gave him that job from what he said, it's possible that he might be in a very serious problem. I hope for our sake it's all coincidence. I'm on my way home. How is Amanda? Okay. What will I buy for you? Okay. Bye.
My dear, how are you doing?
I'm very fine. How is business?
Business is fine. And you're looking so good.
Thank you very much. And you too.
Thank you.
Okay, like we discussed over the phone, we have new Italian stock bags and some field goats, and I made the pick myself.
That's okay. Actually, I love what you bring in, and so do my customers, okay? But the problem now is, how soon can your goods arrive here?
I'm here talking to you. I didn't send any of my girls. That should tell you a lot has changed. Just tell me the quantity you need, and I'll have them sent to you like in 2 days. My goods are already in Lagos.
Okay, so do you still adhere to your old method of payment of 70% upfront?
Okay, let's see. Because we are trying to mend our broken business relationship, I will give you 50% upfront. Is that okay?
That's wonderful. That's okay by me. All right. Actually, I'm going to order as many as possible. As you can see, My shop is almost empty. Let me have your catalog.
Madam, what is it? Valeu! Ah! Iya Sorunga! Why woman?
Madam,
I didn't take much of your time, did I?
You did not take my time, madam. It's just that I was trying to shine my eyes and you did not allow me to step down.
I'm sorry about that. As you can see, the whole deal went as planned.
Madam, I'm happy everything went as planned. So, madam, where next are we going?
Drive first while I check, okay?
Hey, madam, I will be so happy if you can allow me to drive you to Dubai or America. I will drive you to America.
Femi.
If you go to Aso Rock, I will take you to Aso Rock. Hey, madam.
Veronica, this is Joel.
I know it's you, Joel. How is Amanda? I heard she isn't fine at the moment.
She's
Oh my God. Her condition isn't getting better.
The doctor says she's getting better. But I have other worries.
What are those worries?
Her past. The event and the people in there.
Amanda lied to you about her past?
No, I am not suggesting anything. Just that I am afraid of her past. And all the events in her past. I am afraid of the things she can't remember. See, you were her classmate. And I believe she must have told you some things about her past.
She spoke me to about her past. And her siblings often seemed like strangers around her. That's all I noticed.
Please, can I see you this evening? I need you to help me with something.
Call me back in the next 20 minutes.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome.
You're welcome, ma.
Thank you.
Please, what do you want?
I'll have white rice with fried plantain and tomato sauce.
Okay, ma.
Thank you.
Sir, what about you?
I'm sorry, what kind of protein do you have?
Oh, we have goat meat, we have
goat meat will do.
Okay, ma. Sir, you want something?
Chili.
Yes, sir.
I will want to take something that is solid.
Okay, right.
And do you have amala wedu or ewa gbegiri?
Sorry, sir, I don't have that at the moment.
Madi, no, don't be annoyed. You know, as a man, I want something as a Yoruba man so that I can. What about vegetation?
Oh, you mean vegetable soup?
Vegetable.
We have.
Vegetable and fufu.
Okay, sir. Sir, what protein would you like to take? Well, we have goat meat, we have cow leg.
Don't worry, goat meat will do.
Okay, sure, ma. Alright. Thank you very much.
Goat meat. Hey! Ebure, mama.
Femi, you're so funny. I don't remember ever meeting a taxi driver that is funny as you are.
That makes the both of us, madam. You see, me too. I was wondering what kind of passenger we bring a common taxi driver to such a big place to come and eat. You make me feel as if I am Obasanjo. You make me feel as if I am Obama. I am on top of the world. Sure, madam. And the thing is making me to wonder whether after all this our movement, if you will pay me for my services.
Of course I will pay you. I will.
You will pay me, madam?
Yes.
Madam. You are just sent from heaven. You have blessed me and blessed my family. Ọlọ́run, Elédùmarè will bless you. Ifá will bless you. Ògún will bless you. Ẹ ṣé o. Yes, madam.
Sorry, Ma, you sure you don't want something else? Fine. Alright, enjoy your meal.
Thank you, madam. Yes, madam. Hi. Yes, let's pray so that I will consult the gods to come and eat with us. Elédùmarè, we thank you for this food and also provide for those that don't have to eat. Wherever this money is coming from, Elédùmarè, may you replenish that bucket. Father, I want you to bless Madam. The next set of children she will have, let it be Ejima. In fact, she wants to go for the Elédùmarè, give it to her. Then you will show Elédùmarè.
Is my son back from school?
Yes, he's here with me, sir.
Okay. Has he had something to eat?
Yeah, I prepared potato and fish sauce for him.
I hope you kept some for me.
I'll prepare yours when you get back.
Okay, fine. That'll be nice. Has my wife called you?
Not yet, sir.
Okay. Alright, just keep the house in order, okay?
Jordan, help me keep my phone. I'm watching it like even with calls, just for me, okay?
Okay.
Yeah.
Where are you going, madam?
I have to go and make sure that my granddaughter was picked from school by my driver. Is Amanda alright?
Yes, she is. The inflammation is going down. But she's still saying words.
Like what?
I am pregnant with your child, Maxwell. Don't leave me, Maxwell. My wedding ring. My wedding ring. I am drowning. Help me. Help me, Maxwell. Mother, does any of those words mean anything to you?
They don't mean anything to me, or they don't make any sense to me.
So who is Maxwell?
I don't know who is Maxwell. But doctor, please, do me a favor.
What is it?
I want you to run a pregnancy test on her. Let me know whether if she is pregnant.
Well, I have already done that and she is not pregnant.
Good. So, the pregnancy she spoke about and Maxwell, maybe it will be in her past.
Most likely.
Please, doctor, I want you to do me one more favor.
What could that be?
Please. Please don't tell my son about this yet. He will lose it. I believe in Amanda. She is a good girl. Please.
Alright, no problems, madam. She will look after her while I send the nurse to come and administer drugs to her.
Okay.
Meanwhile, you'll have to excuse me now because I'm going to my office.
Okay.
Carol, why did you do this to me? You left my house without saying goodbye. You knew how much I love you. I love you to the leg you matched on the ground.
I know. But I was nothing more than a prostitute. A whore. A sex worker. And you knew it.
But you changed. You became a better person. We were going to get married. Why did you leave me? Why, Carol?
I was afraid.
Afraid of what?
Afraid you would only see me as a prostitute. Merely seeing you now reminds me of it.
You see, sometimes in life, we ought to forgive ourselves. You have to forgive yourself. There is never a time I saw you as a sex hawk. Not for one day.
Are you for real?
Yes, I am for real. I am saying this from my heart. You're the best that I've ever dated. Not until she came along.
You sound as if you are no longer happy with what you have. What is the problem?
I am afraid. I am afraid because someday the woman I married might wake up one day and regain her consciousness and regain her lost memory. And I will find out that the woman I married is not what I thought she has been all this while.
I'm afraid too. I'm afraid of a dead woman who actually might not be dead. I'm afraid that one day she will come back and take my husband away from me.
Carol, I missed you.
Look at this portion of Bible, John 3:16. It says, "For God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten Son, that whosoever believeth in him should not perish, but have everlasting life." This God gave only Son that he has to God.
How are you, my daughter? I bought something for you. Have it. You like it? Go and keep my bag upstairs. Oh. Good day. How are you?
What happened, Joel? You abandoned us at the hospital. Why?
Mom, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Something came up, so I have to attend to it. What is it? Okay. I am coming from the hospital and I met with the doctor. The doctor in charge. Amanda is fine.
Thank God.
Are you okay now?
Yes.
Okay. Let me freshen up.
Joel, I have a question for you. Why are you glowing and happy? What's the secret?
Glowing and happy, you mean?
Yes. There are two things that can make a man this happy. A woman or a nice paycheck. Which one of them?
A nice paycheck.
A nice paycheck. I don't understand. How do you mean?
Mama, don't worry. Very soon, you will understand.
Why me? Why me? Why me? Why are these things happening to me? Yeah. Why are these things happening to me? On my past, the life I live in the past. On my past, the life I live in the past is trying to hurt me now. Is it trying to hurt me? Is it trying to hurt me? Is it trying to get me down? Is it trying to pull me down? Is it trying to take my love away from me? Is it trying to take my love away from me? My past. Oh, guinea can be regular.
I don't want to do anything that will endanger my marriage. I don't want to lose Maxwell. But I don't know where his love lies right now. Joel,
have to come back to my life. Now. Hello, baby.
Baby, how was your day?
Everything is moving perfectly as if it has been planned. My dear, God has been faithful. I'm sorry I haven't called you as I should. I'm sorry.
Oh yes, I was starting to wonder if everything was okay.
Everything is fine. Like I said, everything is moving perfectly. Honey, how is Jordan and Maggie coping with Pennies?
Right now they're getting along really well. And Granny's cooking has improved. She wowed everyone with her potato and fish sauce today.
Wow! Beautiful. Good news. Baby, if this is actually the true situation of things, that means she'll get to stay for long.
Oh yes, she has really improved on her culinary skills.
Wow!
And that will translate to more time for both of us.
So romantic. You know, I love it when you sound amazing this much. It makes me feel like a real woman.
And that's the reason you should hurry up and get back home, because I miss you so much. Alright, I know you're going to have a very busy day tomorrow, so let me let you sleep, alright?
Okay, good night. Hold on, I love you and I miss you so much.
Good night, I love you.
Lord, if I'm wrong, please don't let me do this. I love Amanda, but who is she? What is in her past? What are her parents hiding? Why did I find you now?
still awake by this time. What do you mean by us? Joel, there is no us yet. See, I am married.
I already know that, Carol. Yeah, I am married too and have a daughter with my wife. Have you considered that there might be a reason we met again at this time?
Joel, please don't make me do something stupid.
Your wife will be fine.
You're moving with her. I trust my husband still loves me.
Okay, just that I find myself missing you. Maybe we should give ourselves time, you know?
Stop it! Just stop it! Stop messing up my fractured mind. Don't take advantage of my fear. In fact, good night. I should have listened to Uncle Joma. The worst thing I did to myself was taking to prostitution. I am not afraid of Maxwell's first wife coming back. I am afraid because I can't compare myself with her. I am an ex-prostitute. God, my sins has finally caught up with me. I don't know if I deserve to ask you for help. Please help me. I don't want Maxwell to know about my past. And I don't want his wife to come back if she's still alive. Do you like it?
You're asking me if I like it. Of course I love it. But why are you being stingy? You have shown me everything. I feel like touching.
Baby, I'm trying to round up my business here and return back to you.
You better do that or just run back immediately. Because you've turned on something, you need to come back here and tell me that.
I will try and finish up my business here today. I can't wait to be in your arms.
I can't wait.
Take care of yourself, my love.
You too, my love. I love you.
Okay, bye.
My son, you've not told me this sudden happiness of yours. I know it's not money. That is why I was wondering what it is. Don't forget that your wife is sick at the hospital and she needs you mostly now.
It is good we did not yield to the pressure to wake Amanda. The inflammation on her head is gradually going down finally.
Hey, thank God!
Beautiful. 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 Doc, if she wakes up, will she be able to regain her memory?
Oh, that I cannot say for now. When she wakes up, she could have a little memory loss. Little or none of it at all. However, Amanda is going to wake up like a normal person.
Doctor, Mommy has started talking again in her sleep.
Did you look at what she said?
Yes, sir.
This is love, special love. This is love, peaceful house. This is love, special love. If I could be full like this, you know, you're my darling, you're my sweet.
She's fine. What did she say? I guess she was talking to you.
What's in there?
Joel. Help me, Joel. Baby, please don't let me go. I don't understand this one. Nurse, did she actually say this one?
Yes, sir. She did. What did she say?
So, I didn't die. I am alive. Who are you? I don't know you. Where is my child? No, I can't drown again in the river. He loves me. I don't know you. She was actually talking to you. While I just think she's voicing her thoughts, at the same time having many visions.
Madam?
Yes, for me.
I wish you can be coming to the city all the time, so that I can be carrying you and be moving around the town. I told my wife about you, but she did not believe me.
Isn't it amazing that, in spite of my many flaws, your wife still think of me as an angel?
Hey, that is it. That is exactly what she said. Oh, she said you are an angel. She said you are sent from heaven to come and help the family. You see, madam, before you came, a lot of things have been going on with my family. We cannot have food to eat. Even my children cannot go to school. I cannot even buy them clothes. So, but since you came, everything has changed. Now, madam, I must say that you are really an angel from heaven. Madam, this one you always talk about your dark past. See, everybody has a dark past. But I don't know why you are so particular about this your dark past.
Femi, don't worry. You will not understand. God, I wish I'm actually an angel. Help me heal my past and I'll become one. It's okay.
Madam, from the look at your face, I can see that you have some bodies. Me and my wife, we will put you in our prayers and we will talk to God, because there is nothing God cannot do. Eledumare will answer your prayers.
Thank you very much. I'm very grateful. Femi, please remind me when we get to the hotel so that I will give you what I promised your wife. Okay?
Shema. I will remind you when we get there. A little Bible will bless you. Everything you put your hand shall be answered. Ìwọ náà kúrò lọ́nà kí ló léyìí? Ẹgbẹ́ sábà máa wá mọ́tò bí èrò tí wọ́n ti fa gbó. Madam, I am sorry. Sorry. Because this is how they drive in this town. They drive fast if they are... wait. Ìwọ! Máa pa ẹ́ dànù. Kí ló ṣe léyìí? Madam, I am sorry.
Sent for me.
The letter I asked you to prepare, is it ready?
Oh, I'm not done. I'm not yet done with it, sir.
Hurry up, man. I told you I need it in 15 minutes. Hurry up, I'm going with it right now. Sure, my wife sent me another picture. Where did you get that picture you just sent to me?
I'm sorry, sir. I should have sent it to you long ago. I saw that lady at Imperial Hospital weeks ago. What do you make of her? She almost looked like your dead wife.
She doesn't just look like my dead wife, she is a spitting image of my dead wife. You know her body was never found.
I'll be returning with late evening flight today. I'm almost done here.
Okay, that's great.
You don't sound excited. What is it?
Look, baby, can you leave it till tomorrow? I'm on my way out of town.
What? You wanted to be with me this morning. What suddenly changed? Can't you wait for me to return and travel tomorrow evening?
No, I can't. Something just came up. I'm on my way to the airport right now.
I'm not talking to you again. Go away. I said go away.
I believe she's alive. I believe she's alive.
You see, I can pay any amount of money right now to not be in my current situation. Yeah? This minute everything seems fine. The next minute everything seems crashing down.
Your wife isn't getting better, is she?
She's getting better, but her past. Someone called to tell me that her past might not be her parents.
That doesn't sound good. It all looks like we all have something we want to hide from.
See, my wife is not the one hiding her past from me. But there is someone out there who doesn't want her past to be revisited.
I pray you find what you're looking for. And when you do, I hope it won't be bad enough to separate you two. Joel, I'm leaving town this evening.
I am going to miss you. I am going to miss you so much. I wish I had seen you a year ago.
I will miss you more. There is something about you which I have missed all these years.
Which is?
My past. I'm afraid of my past. But with you, I am not afraid of my past. I am not afraid you will find out who I used to be and leave me. Maybe it was stupid enough for me to have left you years back.
Yes, I have to go now.
That was my parting kiss. I couldn't do it years ago. I have a husband and kids. Please don't come looking for me.
Amanda, do you know who this man is?
I don't know him. Am I supposed to know him?
Well, I actually thought you've gotten your memory back.
Did I lose my memory?
It's okay, Amanda. Your memory is fine.
Do you by any chance remember the name Maxwell?
No, I don't.
And what about Joel?
Joel is my husband and we have a daughter, Chelsea.
Well, your daughter is fine. Nurse, take this file to my office. Madam, please can I have a word with you? You see, madam, your daughter-in-law has no knowledge of what she saw or even said while she was unconscious. But one thing I want you to know is that she is going to regain her memory. But I'm afraid it's going to be a very painful one.
Why painful one, doctor?
You see, it's one of those things. I understand how you feel, okay, but try and take good care of her.
It's okay. Thank you very much, doctor.
No problems. I'll be in my office.
Alright.
I believe she's alive. I believe she's alive.
God, you know why I'm here. Please, help me unravel the hidden truth that I seek. Please.
about to embark on a journey back home. Please lead me. Protect my journey. In Jesus' name. Amen. I'm not forgetting something. Okay. Goodbye to this place.
Where could he be? What could have happened to him?
I don't have a clue. However, it bothers me that he went missing the day we hired him to look into your past.
Do you think his disappearance has something to do with me? What if it's all a coincidence?
Perhaps. It's all a coincidence. I can't shake off the feelings that Stone's disappearance have something to do with the job we gave to him.
Oh my God! Oh my God! Baby! Could be in my past.
I'm even afraid of myself. Who would want my past hidden? Do you think my parents have the resources to make Stone disappear?
No, they don't. But it's very clear that they're hiding something.
I will chat with my mother tomorrow and I will harass every truth they are hiding from me out of her.
She won't give in so easily if what they are hiding is a big deal.
I don't care. I will make her talk.
So this is where you are and I've been looking for you since.
Yes, why are you looking for me?
Have you done your assignments for today?
No.
Come, let's go.
I'll do it later now. To be honest, I want to watch film.
No! Let's not do your assignments. Okay? Please. Let's go.
Mommy!
My boy. Look at you.
Welcome back.
Thank you very much. How are you, Benny?
Fine.
Good.
Welcome.
Thank you.
Mom, I missed you.
I missed you too.
Mom, hope you bought me something.
Of course I did. Let's go upstairs.
Let's go to my sleep.
Okay. So tell me, how was school?
It's fine.
Yes, the lady has been discharged from the hospital. Well, I was able to get some information from the nurse who attended to her. Her name is Amanda Joel. My wife's name was Esther.
Maxwell, you will never know who she really is until you get close to her or get to speak with her. She would have changed her name. I don't see that as an issue right now. All you need to do is try your best to speak with this lady and see if she knows you.
My brother, I'm so scared. Believe me, I'm really very scared. What if she's my wife? You know, what if that lady is my wife? Why did she come back to me? Why? It might even be her ghost.
I don't see that as an issue right now. All you need to do is try your best to speak with this lady and see if she knows you.
I'm really afraid, brother. I'm so afraid.
Just try your best to get good sleep tonight, okay? You will most likely be having a a tough day tomorrow.
Alright, Obiora, thank you.
Hello? No! I came to see my friend, the manager of Calisil Hotel. Oh, I'm so sorry. From here, I am going to pick up my daughter from school. My husband is indisposed at the moment. He can't make it.
Esther.
My dear, what can we do? She must have closed by now.
Esther.
I'll see you later now. Okay, bye.
This is a bad situation. This is a bad situation. When you die inside your heart, but physically you are fit. When you die inside your heart, but physically you are fit. Oh.
What's keeping you guys from showing up? I've been here over an hour now and he has not shown up. And I can't reach his phone number.
He's no longer coming to meet you, and I can't help you anymore. You're a good drive.
Wait. Just wait. Are you trying to tell me that you and your guy have decided not to help me anymore?
Someone threatened my guy. I was also sent a text message, which scared the shit out of me. I can't help you anymore, Joel. Go fix your mess by yourself.
Hello? Hello?
Your real name is not Amanda. Yes. What actually happened was that we picked you up, I and my husband picked you up by the riverside, unconscious. You had an accident, which you lost your memory. And we had to take you in as our child. I and my husband are not your real parents. That is just the truth. That is what I came to tell you.
Mama, who am I? Who are my parents?
See, my daughter died, I don't know. And that is left for you to find out on your own. My husband and a certain lady knows everything. And they have been hiding this thing and he has been telling me not to say the truth, but the truth is that I cannot keep it any longer with me. I am a mother too, I just want you to know the truth. Please, I can't bear the torture anymore. I can't bear the torture of keeping the secret with me like this all this while. Please, I have to go now. That is what I came to tell you. I have to go. Please take care of yourself, my daughter. Take care of yourself. I have to go.
But who am I? Who am I? Somebody wake me up from this sleep. I'm getting confused, complete lost with my thinking.
But why the silence? But we sitting here for a while now, you've not said anything to her.
Guys, chill, please. I need some time to think, please.
If there's a problem, you let us know what the problem is. Huh?
Let's handle it once and for all. You trust us, don't you?
Oh, it's Maxwell. Who knows why he's calling? Hello, Maxwell. It has been ages. How do you remember? Okay. Okay. I'm waiting.
Oh, what is it?
How did you find out truth?
What truth? Who?
Maxwell. He has found her.
Maxwell? That shouldn't bother you, Mama.
How did he find her? How did he find out the truth?
Nothing passes us. Anyhow you want them, they tell us we will arrange them.
He knows everything?
Maxwell knows everything now. Yes.
Everything.
Everything.
Just calm down. Calm down. Just calm down. Everything. What do you want us to do now? Just tell us. What do you want us to do now? What steps should we take?
Wait, guys, do you know what? He's coming now. When he's gone, we'll plan. Oh God.
Is he coming here?
He's coming. It's coming. It's coming. Oh no.
Everything. He knows everything. Mama, calm down.
I was hoping all these problems will come to pass. But I don't know that we get to this extent. I am beginning to think that something dark and dangerous may lay in her past.
You should have told me about this earlier before now. You should have told me. This name Maxwell and supposed pregnancy she had for him. How do we find out who this Maxwell is?
Her parents are in good position to answer this question. They are the ones that are supposed to solve this problem. But they are not helping matters.
Amanda, what is it?
Amanda, talk to us. What is it again?
Come on, say it. What is it?
They are not my parents. I spoke with my mother. I mean, the woman I thought was my mother all along.
Then who did she say you are?
She said they found me beside a river where I was involved in an accident. Baby, those visions I see are true. They are about my past.
Why didn't they tell you the truth all this while?
She said, there is someone out there who doesn't want me to know about my past. A lady. You have to get the police involved, now. The worst part is that the man acting as my father is working with this same mystery lady all along. Face. That face.
What about the face? You've been seeing that face in your vision.
I met him today. I met this man today. He said his name is Maxwell.
Where is he now?
I don't know. Maybe he called me Esther. He said we had met before. And he seems to be so sure about it.
have mercy. You said not my elder sister.
Hello. Please excuse me.
Hi, how may I help you?
Like you don't remember me.
I'm sorry, I don't. I mean, I've never seen a face like yours in my life.
Are you for real?
Young lady, come on. I have no reason to say I know you when I actually don't. Huh? I'm not who you think I am, okay?
Honestly, you look just like my elder sister.
Oh, such is life. Hmm? I mean, people meet their look-alike every day. I'm Amanda, and you are?
I'm Victoria.
Nice to meet you. Okay, let me run along.
Was the same person I saw today. Is it possible she did not die after all? But Maxwell told us she died in that accident. Is it possible Maxwell may have lied to us? Why did she not recognize me? Why did she tell me to my face that she has not met me all her life? Oh God, what's going on?
Hello? My dear, my car just broke down. And I've been looking for a mechanic around here and I can't find any. Okay, you know what? Please, just bear with me, okay? I'll be with you shortly. Okay. Okay, that's fine. Bye. Hello, baby. I haven't found any mechanic around here. Okay, please, can you come and pick me up? Yes, same place I told you. Okay. Okay, please, when coming, can you come with a mechanic? Okay, baby, that's fine. Thanks a lot. Bye.
Hello.
Hi. Victoria, right?
Yeah.
Aha, the lady I met the other day, right?
Yeah.
How are you?
What's happening? What are you doing around here?
My dear, my car broke down.
So sorry.
It's okay.
Should I give you a lift? I could better still call my mechanic to come help you here.
That's very thoughtful of you. But it's okay, don't worry. I called my husband and he's on his way here.
Oh.
He's actually coming with a mechanic as well, so it's okay.
Oh, alright. Then I should be on my way then.
Okay, that's fine.
Take care of yourself.
You too. Have a nice day.
Alright.
Wonder. That's why you refused to attend the burial. Because you knew she's alive. You refused to tell me.
No. I didn't know she was alive until 6 years ago.
Excuse me. 6 years ago? 6 whole years you knew she was alive? Why? You're a devil, Ibu Ekwensu. Ibu a devil.
I did it for her good. Esther has suffered much. You just don't have a clue. I stood before her and she could not recognize who I am. Maxwell, move on, please. She doesn't have a memory of me or you anymore.
What are you talking about? You know how difficult it is I should move on without my wife?
She is no longer your wife. She has Joel now and they have a kid together. Maxwell, move on. She has no knowledge of you anymore.
Look, I can help her regain her memory. Okay, I'm actually much of that lost memory. I can.
Please, Maxwell, please, don't do that. Please. Esther has suffered too much. You have a wife now. You have Carol. She loves you. You have a son who loves you. Please, I beg of you. Leave Esther alone, please.
What of your assignment book?
Inside my bag.
Okay.
Welcome, sir.
Nice
baby. What happened? You look awful.
Let's take Jordan to school.
Okay.
I need to spend some time.
Baby, talk to me. What's going on?
Please meet me upstairs.
Okay, Denise.
Yes, ma'am.
Please tell the auntie the assignment book is in the bag. Okay. I'll be seeing her tomorrow, okay?
Okay.
And you, be a good boy. Don't fight in school. Yeah, off you go. Okay, bye. Bye-bye. Please put me out of my misery. What's going on?
Esther is alive. I already found her.
No. This can't be happening to me.
Look, sweetheart, you don't have to act like that. I'm not running off with her. Besides, she doesn't even know who I am anymore.
Why is that?
I think she lost her memory in that accident. She's married now with a child. I stood right in front of her. She couldn't recognize me.
No. Her grave. We buried her while she lives.
I already dug up the grave.
You did?
Baby.
Yes, dear.
I don't know what you're waiting for. I want you to get the police involved. Baby, I want to know who I am. I also want to know who Maxwell is. Baby, just do something about it.
Why are you bothering yourself? Who is there? Come in.
Joel?
Mama.
I need both of you downstairs now.
What is it?
You have to come and see for yourselves. Now.
Okay, Mom.
I am Victoria, Amanda's blood sister.
How do I know you're her blood sister?
12 years ago, Amanda had an accident with her husband.
Husband?
Yes, her husband. She was married to this man.
Maxwell? Why didn't I know all this well?
You already know the answer. You lost your memory in that accident, Esther.
Esther. Maxwell called me Esther.
That is your real name.
How do we know that all these things you are saying is true? Where have you been all these years?
I have been watching over Esther since I found out that she did not die in that accident. I only found out she didn't die in that accident 6 years ago. Since then, I've been watching over her in secret. Here are pictures of when we're kids. Here are pictures of your wedding with Maxwell.
Why didn't you bring this when you knew I was alive? I mean, why come now?
I tried many times. I stood before you so many times and you had no clue who I was. And then I decided to protect you from afar. I was the person who stopped Mr. Stone from investigating your past.
What? You made Stone and his family disappear?
No, I didn't make them disappear. I simply made their lives much more comfortable and then relocated them to Liberia. They're on their way back as I speak.
Then why didn't you allow her to know about her past? Or allow us to even try?
Esther had been through much.
Please. Amanda. Call me Amanda. I think I'm more comfortable with that.
I wanted Amanda to keep her past where it belonged. She had been through too much. So I made a deal with the farmer to keep your past from you. I think his wife spoke with you. But please, Amanda, forgive the farmer for that, please. Please.
You knew I spoke with the wife?
Yes, I do. I watch over you a lot and all the people around you. I came here to set things straight and to also warn Joel.
To warn me about what?
Maxwell is on his way here. He wants his wife back. I know him. He's a bull in a fight. And I know he loves my sister. Joel, you will have to fight to keep my sister.
Good. It seems you know Maxwell too well. Actually, you know him. But do you know me?
I would like to see the fire in your belly. Maxwell means business. And when you find out who his wife is, I doubt you have a second thought about fighting for your marriage.
What is she talking about, son?
Mom, whatever she's talking about, I have no clue about it. I want to give you a message to Maxwell. Tell Maxwell that if I see him an inch close to my wife, that I am going to kill him in a cold blood.
Amanda is not going anywhere. She belongs to us.
I like that, Joel. I will tell him just what he said.
Hey, this is not how Amanda should have left her home. She deserves better. Yes, Amanda deserves better from us. Hey! Hey! Hey!
It was actually her sister's wish that would keep away the truth from her.
What? So you knew about her sister all this while? All these years and you never told me, my husband? Ha! Oh, what kind of idiot job, wicked? You are very wicked. You are evil. You are dangerous. Hey! You are not worthy to be trusted. At all, at all. You're a very wicked man.
I was warned of the dire consequences of revealing the truth to anyone, so I kept it to myself.
Even letting me, your wife, know about it? Hey! My husband, I am your wife for Christ's sake. I am your wife for crying out loud. This is not proper. This is evil. You are a wicked man. In fact, I am ashamed to call you my husband because you are not worthy to be one. Wicked man. You are evil. Hey! What kind of wicked man are you? What kind of wicked man?
How dare you?
How we know? How we know?
Look at me. Yeah? I'm not afraid. The instruction was simple. Tell no one about it, and I kept it to myself. Are you out of your senses? Huh?
Hey. Oh. You are evil man.
Ah, shut up.
You are an evil man. God will judge you. You are an evil man. God will judge you. God, what kind of man is this? What kind of wicked man is this? Hey! Hey! God.
I do not know what Victoria must have fed you with, but Mr. Joel, I'm not here to fight you over Esther. No. A few weeks ago, I buried Esther here, just so I could move on. Her death destroyed me completely. took this good woman here, my wife, to bring me back from the brink of death.
You buried me? How?
I buried the items in this gift box on the advice of my social counselor, just so I could move on. The thought of you, visions about you, they were exerting so much pressure on my marriage.
Can I see the things in the gift box?
Mr. Joe, with due respect, I am not here to take your wife. No. I'm only here to help myself heal. Please understand.
I understand you must have passed through a lot of things, thinking that she died in that accident. I do.
I brought these things to see if I can help you regain your lost memory. Go ahead, take a look.
What are these?
That's our wedding picture.
Amanda! Billy! Amanda!
But physically you are fit. Oh.